Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3.
Again, I thought I might try to win her back, but I'm all out of confidence. I'm a little nervous about coming down, and every new heartbreak hurts a little more. First one felt like more than I could take, so I hit the ground running so hard, whittled my soul away. Try to keep my hopes up, but they keep falling down, and every new heartbreak hurts a little more than the last time around. Made a lot of half-hearted mistakes, but I worked so hard on this one. I gave her my everything. Was a losing battle, so I'm laying down, and every new heartbreak hurts a little more. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more than the last time around. And I'll let her go, oh Lord, just let it be the last time around, please. And I'll let her go, oh Lord, this might be the last time around. The last time around, the last time around for me. I'm loitering out on her doorstep again, and it's just so damn cold out here. I can see my failing breath. I'm a little nervous and I'm coming down. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more. Every new heartbreak hurts so much more than the last time around.
Everything is fast and easy, just pick and choose. Everything is fast and easy, just pick and choose.
go. We're ready to go. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Wynyard Football Ground for this NWFL Women's Round 16 match between Wynyard and Ulverstone. And we're away. Big game this one. Both teams first. Well, Wynyard's first and Ulverstone's third. So if Ulverstone were to win their next couple, they'd finish on top of the ladder. So a big game here this afternoon. As we get things going in the ruck, Davis wins the hit out. Hewington trying to pick it up there for Wynyard. Spills out to Tyra Conkey. She gives it to her sister in Luca. And now Hewington trying to pick it up. Ball bobbling around. Trying to get a handball away. There was Jane Maney for Wynyard, and the ball has been locked up. So great to have your company. My name's Jacob Bevis, by the way, if you're not familiar with me. Sports journo at The Advocate. Calling all the action this afternoon. A couple of big games as Whelan had the footy momentarily but lost it. There's Asher Newnham getting a kick away, but it falls in the hands of the number 24 in Connolly Howard, who was a bit confused there for a moment. She was not sure which way to kick it. Handballs it off to Whelan, kicks it to centre half forward towards a contest. No mark taken. Here's Hingston, Devils listed player. Unfortunately, incorrect disposal there for her. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Amy Bissett. So Bissett, low darting ball inside 50. No mark taken there, and Ulverstone are able to clear it away towards the contest. Ball just bobbling around for the moment. Ashley Newnham got a handball away, but only to the advantage of Pringle. She just handballed it to grass. Picking it up was Tyra Conkey. Just like a moment ago, handballing it off to her sister, Luca. Whelan now trying to pick it up. Does so eventually. Bryan runs into trouble as soon as she picks it up, and the umpire says holding the ball. So Matilda Rockcliffe, one of the co-captains, being rewarded for that epic tackle. Kicks it down the ground. Luca Conkey really strong in those situations. She takes the mark. Having a really good season. Asher Newnham now on the end of it. First inside 50 perhaps coming up here for Ulverstone. She handballs it back to Luca Conkey, back to Newnham. Kicked one of the goals of the year last week, and unfortunately not to be this time around. Misses it to the right of the goal face. First score going the way of the Robins. Jess Whelan, who brought up her 200th senior game a couple of weeks ago to take the kick out. Finds a target. Charlie Davis. Wynyard's ruck. Was injured for a few weeks there during the season, but she's been back in recent weeks. Hewington probably dropped a mark she should have taken. Now Luca Conkey gets the handball away. Rockcliffe sending one towards the forward 50. No one could mark. Charlie Davis just hacks it away, but only to the advantage of Braden. Inside 50. Trying to find the target there of Enright. Tried to get a kick away, but she was pinged. That's beautiful, beautiful stuff there by... No, in fact, it's a free kick going the way of Enright. So hot contest early. She's kicked 13 goals this season, Enright. And unfortunately couldn't add it to the tally there. Another minor score for Ulverstone. So Whelan with the kick out. Olivia Pringle gets the handball away on the paint. Only to the advantage of Tyra Conkey. The handball slipped through the hands of her sister, Luca. She recovered and then tried to go back to her sister. Now trying to pick it up there was Harding. Hewington trying to put her off. Did well there, Hewington. Just kept hunting the footy. Her handball slips through the hands of Edwards. Ball bobbling around for the moment there inside 50 for Ulverstone. Now here's a chance for Hingston. She's a good kick and gets the first goal of the game. Got her first crack at VFL level last month, did Courtney Hingston. Good pressure there by Ulverstone inside their forward 50. Just received a lovely handball. There did Hingston. And she puts it through. So Ulverstone have the first. They have the advantage early. 8 plays 0. As we get a stalemate in the centre, Eilert has been held up there for Ulverstone. Davison, Braden doing battle in the ruck. Here's Smith picking it up, but that was a brilliant tackle there by Radford. Ball bobbling around. Davis gets a kick away towards centre half forward. Picking it up there was Johnson. And then she kicks into the centre of the ground. It's a muddy pit. Whelan the first to pick it up. Handball's off to Bissett. Ball just stopped in the mud there. Now O'Halloran getting a high up and under. No mark taken there on the outer side wing. Ball's been hacked forward. It's a foot race. Trying to pick it up there was Rhys Davis for Wynyard. Hewington has a crack from centre half back, and not marking there was O'Halloran. Now Luca Conkey. She's being wrapped up in a tackle but got rid of it. Bryan receives a handball from Bissett. Loses the footy though. Bissett comes in to help out as Hingston was tackled. The ball spilt out. Now the kicks towards centre half forward. It comes off the hands of a pack of players. Here's Pringle trying to burst away through with the footy. And now dispossessed there was Payne. And the ball's been locked up inside 50 for the home team. Ulverstone hack it away. We're going to get another ball up. Good crowd building here at Wynyard. A couple of really good games to finish off the day. Bissett trying to get away through, but she spills it. House can't quite go with it, and as a result, she's been pinged, I think. She has. Charlie Davis, the recipient, after a good tackle. Goes inside 50, direction of Payne, leading goal kicker in the competition. She is. Now Pringle incorrectly disposed of the footy, and getting the free kick there was Luca Conkey. So Conkey out to the direction of Harding. It didn't quite reach her in the end. Eilert was good enough to come in and collect. Tried to handball it off to Rockcliffe. And now it stacks on just outside 50 for Wynyard. Davis doing battle in the ruck with Braden. Hewington with the handball towards Pringle. She's got plenty of company. Ran into Hingston there. House got a handball away, but only as far as Davis. Dinky little kick inside 50. Ulverstone are able to clear though. Towards a one-on-one, Newnham up against Whelan. Neither of them marked. Now trying to run with the footy there was Braden. And it's been held up in the middle there of the Wynyard football ground. Neither ruckman hit the footy there. Davis and Braden. A little bit of holding according to the umpire, so Davis is going to get the free. Just a reminder, this is first v third on the ladder. Wynyard, if they win today, probably confirm top spot, just about. Amali Johnson got a handball away. Only to the direction of Payne. Ball spills out to Pringle. Pringle to centre half forward. O'Halloran it is. Twisting and turning. Got a high up and under. Trying to claim the mark there was Rogers, but umpire says play on. And now he's blown his whistle. And it looks like the free kick's going the way of O'Halloran for Wynyard. It is a long way out, directly in front. But kicking from just inside the paint. It's not a bad kick. It's going to drop short. Conkey tried to mark of the Luca variety. And the ball slips through her hands and through for a behind. First score on the board there for Wynyard. Luca Conkey with the kick out. Kick might have been intended there for Harding, but Eilert got to it first. Now kicks it towards Rockcliffe, but Bissett nearly intercepted it. Dropped the mark though. Now Ulverstone try to go forward, but Hewington does so well there in that situation. Gave it off to Whelan, to centre half forward she goes in the Radford direction. She's one-on-one there with Mansfield. Whelan the cleanest in that contest there. She kicks it inside 50, bouncing ball. Now Bissett has some time here and some space, although she's got numbers coming for her. She's good enough there to get through a bit of traffic, but misses it to the left. So a couple of opportunities here for Wynyard, but they're just not able to find the centre of the goals. Here's Portia Lambie kicking it to a contest. Oh, well done, Bissett. That is brilliant. She's had a few touches early in this game, Amy Bissett. Told to play on. Sets it up inside 50. Good mark, Hingston there for Ulverstone. Such a good reader of the footy. And then she goes sideways there to Amali Johnson out on the outer side. And she gives it off. So Wynyard go into the centre of the ground. They turn it over though. Finley Bryan did well there in that situation. Gets it inside 50. Mariah Payne gets a kick away. It's not the best of kicks though. Eilert now got down and dirty. Got the handball out wide. Here's Hingston kicking it into the centre square. Good mark there by Clark. Handballs it off to Luca Conkey. Towards centre half forward she goes. It's a foot race. Trying to pick it up there is Edwards for Wynyard. And now Reese Davis. Is she in a bit of trouble? Yes, she is. Good tackle there by Johnson, who handballs it off. Hingston, she's a good kick. It's going to drop short though. Bryan was able to separate herself from Asher Newnham. Kicks it out wide. Now Smith, she's the lonesome there, although she was joined with company pretty quickly there, and Radford was able to lock it up. So a ball up just outside 50. Braden doing battle in the ruck with Davis. No one really decisively won the hit out. Tyra Conkey and Finley Bryan both went in hard. Spills out there to Bissett. Turns it over to Luca Conkey. Gives it to Tyra. Now trying to go with the footy there was Rockcliffe. Got caught in a bit of trouble there. Amy Bissett able to hold it up, and the umpire says, I'll have it. So ball bobbling around. Hard up against the boundary line. Here's Whelan. Kicking in the direction of Radford. She goes toe-to-toe there with Stonehouse. Radford did well just to keep it in front of her. And now the ball's been locked up. Sophie Johnson and Portia Lambie. Neither of them couldn't quite get a grip on the footy and get away with it. So the umpire's going to ball it up. Radford beats her opponent in the ruck in Stonehouse. Getting a handball away was Jess Whelan. Ulverstone able to kick it away to the wing. Hewington fed it out to Charlie Davis, who kicks it towards centre half forward. Luca Conkey trying to go with the footy. And it's going to be a ball up just outside 50 for Wynyard. Ball bouncing around inside 50. Amali Johnson with a little clearance. Might work out here because receiving a handball is Radford. She goes in the direction of Enright, but cutting it off, as she so often does. She's been really good to watch, Hewington. Not the best of kicks, though, towards O'Halloran. And now Eilert has been wrapped up in the centre of the ground. Clock just ticked over 15 minutes here at Wynyard Footy Ground. Great clash early between first and third. If they win their next couple, Ulverstone, they'll probably most likely finish on top of the ladder, which would be huge for them, as Hingston takes the mark at centre half back. They're 4 points behind Wynyard and Penguin, who are first and second respectively. There's Amali Johnson kicking it forward in the direction of Enright, but Hewington once again doing a brilliant job across the half-back early. He's wheeling in a little bit of trouble. Hingston was giving her all sorts of grief. She was able to get a disposal away, though. Hingston tried to get a handball towards Eilert. O'Halloran, though, comes away with the kick, and then Radford towards the half-back flank. But Portia Lambie was able to beat Johnson on that occasion. Towards Eilert. Slips through her hands. O'Halloran got a handball away, but gave it up to Hingston. It's in reliable hands, although that kick not the best. They work it through hands here, Ulverstone. Bissett involved, so too Rhys Davis, but Hingston again with a kick inside 50, but guess who? Hewington inside the defensive 50. Kicks it into the centre square. It's a bouncing ball, it's there to be won. Keeping the ball in front of her and doing very well was Sienna Smith. Kicks it towards Pringle, didn't mark, but was able to collect it on the bounce and then get through traffic, goes towards the sticks, but misses. Half a minute to go in this one. We're in the first quarter. It's been a good contest early, as Ulverstone tried to move it from the defensive 50. Now keeping it in there for Ulverstone was Mansfield, but she's turned it over. Here's a chance for Rhys Davis, goes towards the top of the 50. Pringle fed a handball out. Whelan with the snap. Have we got time for one more goal? It's a good mark. Last line of defence there by Mia Aylett. And that will do us in the first quarter. Brilliant contest early. And it is the Robins on top. 1-2-8 to Wynyard, yet to score a goal, but they've put 3 behinds on the board. So a 5-point margin. Just the one goal to speak about. That was Courtney Hingston halfway through that term. Plenty of behinds, plenty of opportunities for both teams. So I hope you enjoyed the first quarter. Second quarter, not too far away. Just repeating that score, 1-2-8. Ulverstone leading Wynyard 0-3 behind. Stay tuned here on the AFL Tas live stream. Back with more in just a moment.
to win her back, but I'm all out of confidence. I'm a little nervous about coming down. And every new heartbreak hurts a little more. The first one felt like more than I could take. So I hit the ground running so hard, whittled my soul away. Try to keep my hopes up, but they keep falling down. And every new heartbreak hurts a little more than the last time around. I made a lot of half-hearted mistakes, but I worked so hard on this one, gave her my everything. Was a losing battle, so I'm laying down. And every new heartbreak hurts a little more. Every new heartbreak hurts a little more than the last time around.
Welcome back to Wynyard for this NWFL Women's Round 16 clash. Ulverstone have the advantage early days in this one as we start the second quarter. Here's Hewington in the centre. That's an interesting move there by coach Keegan Weller. She's been playing an important role in defence. Now the umpire has found something he hasn't liked here, and as a result, free kick going the way of Charlie Davis. She's gone out wide. Sienna Smith, the target, had some pressure coming for her, so as a result tried to push it to Hewington. But Asher Newnham now gets a kick towards centre half back. It's a foot race now. Bryan kicking it towards the boundary. And the last disposal rule comes into play here. So Luca Conkey rewarded a free for Ulverstone. She's probably had a few touches early. It's not a bad kick. Enright just couldn't quite hang on to it. And the ball's gone out of play. Off hands. Edwards happy to see it over the line. Cloudy day here at Wynyard. Not the best of days, but got a good couple of games. As the ball comes back into play. Amali Johnson and Charlie Davis doing battle. Tyra Conkey got a little handball away to no one in particular. Now Charlie Davis has been tackled. And that is a brilliant tackle there by Aspen Orton, although must have taken Charlie Davis high. So she kicks it down the ground. Dropped mark there by Mansfield. Isla with the free kick though for Ulverstone. So Mia Eilert happy to kick it towards the contest. Hewington had her hands on it, just couldn't quite complete the mark. Luca Conkey trying to get away with the footy. Now Finley Bryan's not letting her go anywhere. And she's rewarded. Vice captain of the Cats kicks it towards the contest. Bissett direction. Had it for a moment there was Mansfield. Ball bobbling around. Courtney Hingston just toe poking it to herself. Keeps the ball in front of her, picks it up. Was able to shrug off Hewington. The disposal wasn't great. Now, that was a massive contest. Hingston accidentally taking out Davis there. And as a result, Charlie Davis is going to get the free kick. She looks A-OK. Potentially. Charlie Davis, hopefully she is. Gets the kick towards the contest. Stonehouse had it for a moment. She's going in for a second crack. Ball spills out to Johnson. Her kick to the advantage of Hewington, but Asher Newnham did well to get a fist in. And then she went and collected it off the ground and then kicks it towards Enright. Marks it on the chest. Looking towards the sticks, is she? No. She spots up a target. It was a drop mark in the end. It was Harding. And after all that, the ball is out of play. So a boundary throw in. Dangerous spot here for Wynyard. It's inside 50 for the Robins. Hingston picking it up after the ball was smothered. Asher Newnham trying to collect it. She did well to get it out to Hingston. Now the kick was dropped there by Enright. Got a second bite of the cherry though. Kicks it to the goal square. Clark's the only Robin there. She collects, she snaps. She's got it. How about that? Brilliant stuff by Ulverstone, and they increase the lead in the early stages of this second term. It's 14-3. And that's the second goal of the game. Brilliant repeat effort there by Enright. Kicked it into the right spot, and Zoe Clark, who is one of the leaders in this team, makes no mistake. So we're back in the middle. Amali Johnson and Davis in the ruck. Here's Eilert getting a toe poke. Reese Davis trying to pick it up. Gets a handball away. Here's Orton. Ulverstone good enough here to go inside 50, and look at that by Luca Conkey. Outstanding. Couple of goals in a minute for the visitors. #21st goal this season for Luca Conkey. She's in firing form. She'd have to be one of the fancies for the best and fairest come Baldock Medal Day on the Sunday before the granny. So they're up early here, Ulverstone, in this second quarter. They've increased their lead to 17 points. Ulverstone trying to win a clearance here again. Eilert's kick only as far as Hewington, who just bursted away as soon as she got it. Kick wasn't great though, it was turned over. Here's Mansfield getting a kick out wide. It hasn't been touched on the way to the boundary line. Free kick going the way of Jess Whelan. Tries to kick it towards Bissett, slipped through her hands. Out the back was Johnson. People don't argue on Bissett, that was excellent. The kick though didn't back up her good work there. Goes out of bounds on the full though. It's going to be a free kick, is it, to Ulverstone? Okay, it's touched. Thought Amali Johnson might have kicked it out of bounds on the full there, but they go with the lesser option, the umpires, the throw in. Hingston picked it up eventually and then finds a target of Orton. Pops it up for Enright. Couldn't get to it. Rockcliffe now has been held up. Just stopping play for a moment, I think. Rockcliffe maybe in a little bit of trouble. But the trainers are happy to leave her out there. So back we go. Johnson and Davis. in the ruck. Johnson couldn't quite pick it up. Hardy hunting for the football. Here's Rockcliffe. Tried to handball it to Islet, but it was cut off by Hewington. She'd have to be probably the best player on the ground at the moment, I reckon. She's had plenty of it. Now, her kick was only to Johnson. Handballed out wide. Hingston trying to pick it up. Getting a little handball away was Radford, but turns it over. The Cats work it through hands, and the kick there from Reese Davis has been coughed up there by Amali Johnson. Inboard she goes to House. Big kick inside 50, and it falls into the hands of Mia Eilert. Wanted to get things moving quickly. Handball didn't quite work out to Courtney Hingston, who in the end had to apply a tackle on Reese Davis. I've been told Reese Davis has just come back from a beautiful holiday in Europe. Hingston, Eilert, turns it over to Hewington, fed it out. Only as far as House, and she's been locked up. And we'll get a ball up just outside 50 for the Robins. First v third. Round 16 NWFL women's action. Here on the AFL Tas live stream. Johnson had it, lost it. Rockcliffe going in for another crack after feeding it out to Johnson. Gets it inside 50. Rockcliffe again had it for a moment, but spilt it. Wynyard able to kick it out of their defence for the moment. Johnson picks it up. She's under enormous pressure. Got a little dinky kick away. Didn't go very far at all. Rockcliffe again getting a handball away. And after all that, the umpire saw a free kick, and it's going the way of Matilda Rockcliffe. One of the many few players out there on the ground today that played in the rep team earlier this year. That's a good smother by Hewington, and she's going to follow up here, trying to pick up the footy, but unsuccessful. Spills out to the wing. Tyra Conkey got onto it and then handballed it off to Mansfield. Her kick worked out well, and then bombing it inside 50. Radford tried to go towards Luca Conkey. She's under pressure. Got a handball away, though. Asher Newnham. Here's a chance. Mia Eilert receiving it there from Radford. Asher Newnham. She's dangerous in this situation. Goes for a snap and misses. They've really dominated this quarter. Ulverstone, I can't remember the ball going inside 50 for the Cats too much. Here's Whelan, almost turning it over. Slipped through the hands there of Harding. Charlie Davis with a kick into the centre square. Drop mark there by Mia Eilert. And then applying a tackle there was Olivia Pringle. We're going to get a ball up. It's inside the centre square, pretty much at centre half forward for the Robins. Matilda Rockcliffe inside 50. Ball bobbling around. Clark there. Falls out to Matilda Rockcliffe. And the ball's been locked up. No, in fact, it's a free kick going the way of number 15, Reese Davis. Incorrect disposal. Working it to a contest. Falls out the back. Hewington was there. Ball bobbling around. Tyra Conkey there as well. Tried to get a piece of it. They try to work it through hands here, Ulverstone. They're doing okay for the moment, but then Rockcliffe's been tackled. Not bad there by Amy Bissett. Here's Clark handballing it off to Tyra Conkey. Throwing it on the boot there was Radford. Wasn't the best of kicks at all. Reese Davis got a handball away. It's at half forward for the Robins. Ball spilling around everywhere. Now a chance here for Enright. But she's been wrapped up. It's a high pressure game. Plenty of stoppages as well. Good game of footy though. Going to get another stoppage just outside 50 for the Robins. Pringle with the clearance from the stoppage. It lands in the centre circle. First to pick it up there was Mansfield. She handballs it off. It's kicked to a contest. It comes off hands, falls to ground, picked up by Pringle, and then she goes towards Radford. Had a piece of it, couldn't mark though. Spills out to Whelan. Couldn't pick it up. Now Rogers trying to go with the footy. She's been tackled very well there by Olivia Pringle. We're going to get a ball up. Just approaching the 14th minute mark of this game. It's been a good one so far. Davies taps it only as far as Eilert. Couldn't quite connect boot to ball. Davis trying to get away with it. That's Charlie Davis. A couple of Davises out there this afternoon. Free kick going the way of Ulverstone. Charlie Davis just copping Braden a bit too high there. Now towards the forward line. Here's a chance for Conley Howard. Kick wasn't touched as it went over the line, so it's going to be a free kick to the Robins. Radford, not the best of kicks, turned over to Pringle. She's looking out wide. Slipped through the hands of Bissett. Smith had it, lost it. Bissett did well, had a second crack and got it to Smith, who then gave it off to Whelan. Now inside 50, it's close to the line. It's gone out of play. Is it last touch free kick? It might have just bounced outside the 50. So it is going to be a free kick to the Robins. Portia Lambie, one of the co-captains. Aggressive kick, didn't find the target in the end. Ball there to be won. Portia Lambie gets the handball there from Mansfield. Kicks it into the centre of the ground. It's a mud pit there. There's been plenty of rain over the last couple of weeks. So the ground's looking a little bit worse for wear as Ulverstone go inside 50. Enright towards the top of the goal square. Trying to win it there was Robertson, but she fell to ground. Hardy trying to defend. Her toe poke only as far as Enright. Had the footy only for a second. And that ball not going anywhere. Ball up on the far side of the ground. Only a couple of minutes to go in this second quarter. Entertaining contest. Get another stoppage. Davis wins the hit out. Bodies going hard there as Hewington is tackled by Braden. And we do it all again. Now Davis went to ground, but it was illegally. So Braden giving away the free kick. Ulverstone yet to score a goal in this game so far. Charlie Davis kicks it into the centre square. Pringle couldn't quite mark. Finley Bryan had it for a moment, but Ulverstone are back in possession here. They kick it inside 50 through the boot of Harding. Aspen Orton had it for a moment. Here's a chance for Asher Newnham. Got it! She's a dangerous player, and that's a perfect example of that. And they are racing away with this one, the visitors. 22nd goal this season for Asher Newnham. She's a prominent goal kicker for the Robins. And Hewington, she's been good today, but just couldn't quite get the touch there on the last line. So back we go in the middle. Hingston had it for a moment. Trying to pick it up there as Rogers. And that will do us. What a start this is for Ulverstone. They've got a big head start. They lead 4-3-27 to the Cats. The reigning premiers, of course, yet to put a goal on the board. 0-3-3. Just going through the goal kickers. Hingston kicked the first, followed up by Conkey. And then goals to Zoe Clark and Asher Newnham with the last goal there of the first half. And now the teams will go into the change rooms for the half-time break. So, hope you're enjoying this one. Good game early. Wynyard with plenty of work to do. We've got the second half coming up very shortly. So stay tuned here on the AFL Tas live stream. It's Ulverstone 4-3-27 to Wynyard 3 behinds.
Before I met you, love was just a bunch of nonsense. Just another mystery I didn't understand. Was living without it so long that it didn't even feel wrong. Before I met you, love was just another concept. Something I could only witness from a distance. But this fool found somehow the moment I held you close. Now I know no one could ever explain this. No words do it justice. Oh, but I'm sure gonna try. Oh, it's wild, can't tame it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love divine. People say you're pretty good at conversation. I got a way of over-articulating. But when you first looked my way, I forgot my own name. Just stuttering, stumbling, falling apart. Feels like I lost my mind but found my heart. It's like I'm dreaming while I'm wide awake. Now I know no one could ever explain this. No words do it justice, oh, but I'm sure gonna try. It's wild, can't tame it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love divine. Call it dumb luck. You got me love struck. Can't get enough of this high. Can't deny that you're the cause and the cure of these clumsy rhymes. No, 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 no one could ever explain this. Words do it justice, but I'm sure gonna try. Oh, it's wild, can't tame it. It's safe, but it's dangerous. Only you can bring these words to life. You are my living, breathing love divine. You are my living, breathing love divine.
There's somewhere to be every night of the week. Seems God ain't close as he used to be. And there's more tequila in this old town, pines in Tennessee. I ain't the man I thought I'd be. And these neon lights that keep me up got me thinking maybe mom and dad had it right all along. We're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad, 'cause we
Welcome back to Wynyard Footy Ground. And Wynyard have got a bit of a task on their hands because Ulverstone hold a 24-point lead as we start this third term. Luca Conkey kicks in the direction of Mia Eilert, gives it off to Newnham, who was running on by. Inside 50, Hardy couldn't quite take the mark there for Wynyard. And now trying to come away with the footy there was Aspen Orton, back at the Robins this year after a stint with the Magpies. Charlie Davis with the hit out. Only tapped it to the direction of Mia Eilert, who's been tackled, has she? No, the ball has spilt out now in the hands of Finley Bryan, who's been wrapped up. So Luca Conkey now. Gee, she was under pressure. Got a kick away. Clark nearly marked it there for the Robins. It's been toe poked out wide. Sienna Smith will be the first player there on the scene. She was able to give it off to Whelan around the body. Kicks it towards a contest. And now getting tackled there was Rockcliffe. Good stuff there by Taya Radford. Wobbly kick. Braden just toe poked it off the deck. They work it through hands here. The Robins, Rogers and Eilert involved. Come unstuck though. There's Rogers getting down and dirty. Handballing it off to Luca Conkey. It's a high up and under. Waiting for it there was Rockcliffe. She was waiting for it to bounce and then she got onto it, but she gave it up. She goes in for a second crack. Handballs it off to Rogers. Dispossessed there by Finley Bryan. And we're going to get another stoppage outside 50 for the Robins. What have they got here, the reigning premiers? They're under enormous pressure. Fell short last week to Penguin. So they lose this, it'd be back-to-back losses. They've got a couple out, though. Olivia Smith not playing today. So Hewington gave it off to O'Halloran. Here's a go for the Cats. Towards Mariah Payne, who's been a bit quiet, the leading goal kicker in the competition. They deal with it well here. Portia Lambie, Amali Johnson went and got her own footy as she handballed it and then was able to shrug off Pringle and then gave it off. So they try to get something moving here, the Robins, but they've turned it over to Whelan. That's a good mark there by Asher Newnham. So Stonehouse was the one that turned it over to Whelan, but the kick lands in the hands of Ulverstone. Now that kick's through the hands there of Hewington. Whelan now with the kick into the centre square. Trying to get a handball away, or effective one anyway, was Stonehouse. Spills out to Bissett inside 50. Portia Lambie dropped one she probably should have taken. Courtney Hingston now. Portia Lambie. And they try to get something moving here, the Robins. Eilert. Out wide, bouncing ball. Luca Conkey picks it up, tackled straight away by Hewington. And it's going to be a ball up. 27 plays 3. Big win for the Robins if they're able to win this. They'll be closer to top spot with Penguin next week to come. Still plenty to go in this game, though. Rogers hacking it away. Falls in the mud. Hingston just toe pokes it off the deck. It was a pretty good decision there by the VFLW Devils listed player. Now dispossessed there on the far wing was Robinson. Picking it up was Courtney Hingston. She's very busy in this game, as she so often is. Her kick fell in front of Hardy, who couldn't quite control it. Hingston again getting down and dirty. That was excellent stuff. Now Rockcliffe goes in and collects the footy. Ball bobbling around, spills out to Clark. Hingston now with a chance. She's a good kick at the footy and she's got a second. Gee, she's a good player, Courtney Hingston. You do not want her kicking from just inside 50 if for the opposition, and that's a perfect example of that. So 2 goals for Hingston. She kicked the first goal of the game. She's kicked the first goal of the third term. Around the grounds, by the way, Latrobe got a 43-point win over Latrobe Latrobe got a 43-point win over Circular Head, is what I'm trying to say. That game is concluded, 6-8-44 to Circular Head, just one behind. And the other women's game to come a bit later at 5 minutes before 2 is Devonport and Burnie. So Davis wins the hit out for the Cats. And the ball's been locked up in the centre of the ground. Braden wins the hit out. Taps it towards Pringle in the end. Brian had it, lost it. Here's Courtney Hingston again. Runs away from her opponent and then kicks it in the direction of Tyra Conkey. Whelan's one-on-one with her. Tyra Conkey trying to get a handball away, but she's been dispossessed and the ball's been locked up there with Jess Whelan involved there on the far side flank. Conkey. Big fist. And then she went and got a handball from Tyra. And then kicks it to the top of the goal square. It's a foot race here. Hardy is the one that comes away with it. It's a good kick. Now Pringle, she's got time to pick it up. That's exactly what she does. She runs past her opponent in Harding and then was able to hit up Mariah Payne. Long way from home is Mariah Payne. 42 goals this season. She's going to have to roost this from outside 50. Pringle's all alone. Oh, just overcooked the kick though. Johnson, did she drop it? Umpire says play on. Gave it off to Hingston, clearing kick in the Conkey direction, who's out the back of Brian. And then giving away a free kick there was Rockcliffe on Charlie Davis. Inside 50. Mariah Payne direction, couldn't mark. Johnson with the handball. Here's a chance for House. Kick to the centre, but Hewington's all alone. Bit of a fumble, but picked it up eventually. Gave it off to O'Halloran. Now inside 50 towards the pocket she goes. Bouncing ball, it passes everyone. And to the right of the goal face for a minor score. That's the Cats' first score since the first quarter. They have not had a huge amount of inside 50 since the opening quarter of this round 16 NWFL women's action. Tell you what, if this is a preview of things to come in finals, we're in for a treat as Davies marks it outside 50. That's Charlie Davis. She's appealing for a free kick because she fell on the ground as she kicked it. Appealing for some contact. And the ball bounces out of play. Boundary throw in. Forward pocket area for Wynyard. Desperately need a goal. Radford just grabs it out of the ruck and then she was tackled by Johnson. Got rid of it in the nick of time though. Brian trying to feed a handball out. Ball bobbling around. Radford with a little toe poke to O'Halloran. Couldn't quite collect the footy cleanly. Keeping the footy in front of her there was Rockcliffe. Here's Hingston coming in. Fell over, so couldn't collect it, but she's hunting and hunting and hunting. And now she tackles her opponent in Hewington. And it's going to be a stoppage just outside 50 for the Cats. Hingston off the deck, lands to the wing. Eilert with a handball. They try to get something moving here. The Robins. Mansfield unsuccessful there. Tackle applied. Ball spills out. It's just not going anywhere here, the ball. Now Whelan's able to hack a kick away. Umpire says play on. Didn't go very far at all, the kick. Reese Davis now around the body. Bouncing ball lands in the hands of Courtney Hingston. She just pumps it inside 50. It's a penetrating kick. Now it's a foot race. Tyra Conkey it was who picked it up and then tackled fiercely there by Harding. It's going to be a ball up. Davis in the ruck wins the hit out. Mia Eilert wrapped up there by Finley Bryan. Ball up at centre half forward for the Robins. Here's Luca Conkey. Got a handball away. Bissett to the centre of the ground. No one marked. Radford tried to get a little toe poke away. Tell you what, it's a bit of a game of stuck in the mud there. And the umpire's going to ball it up. Davis beats Braden in the ruck. Eilert had it momentarily. The ball just not coming out of the muddy pit there of the Wynyard footy ground. Now it does. It's a foot race. Ball bobbling around. Doing well there was Reese Davis for the catch. She was able to manufacture a kick to the centre of the ground. The ball's in the mud pit again. And now there's a stoppage. Hope you're enjoying this one at home. Round 16 of the NWFL women's competition. Finals on the horizon. Robins have probably the toughest run into the finals over any other team, with Penguin to come next week. They're second on the ladder as we get another stoppage in the centre. Here's Pringle getting a handball away. Finley Bryan with a kick inside 50. Mariah Payne tried to take the mark. Now that's a high hit there on Payne. It was Amali Johnson who cleaned her up. Umpire says play on. Payne is down behind play, and she has not moved too much, although now she's starting to get to her feet. In the meantime, the ball comes back inside 50 for the catch. Gee, they're going in hard here. They're going in very hard. It was Lambie and Johnson who went in hard that time. Ball comes out for Rockcliffe. Payne in the hands of trainers. Hopefully she's okay. Hewington bursting her way through, but turns it over. And now Pringle with a tackle on Rockcliffe. This game has just gone up a notch. Pressure-wise, I reckon if we had a pressure meter, it would be at probably an all-time high at the moment. Plenty happening in this one. They clear it away. Harding it was. Enright had it for a moment. Mansfield was who had it for a moment. And now Davis applies a tackle, but it's going to be a free kick to the Robins. Eilert the target. Hewington did well. Got the ball to ground. And it stacks on the grandstand side of the ground. Davis convincingly won the hit out, but only tapped it to Eilert. She turned it over though. Now here's Bissett towards Sophie Johnson. Couldn't quite mark. Here's Amali Johnson towards centre half forward. Slipped through the hands of Whelan. Had the support of Hardy. Bursting her way through. Got a handball away. It wasn't to the intended target though of Edwards, so she went in to try and mop up the mess and then got a kick away, but only as far as Amali Johnson. Kicks it forward towards the contest. It comes off hands. Falls to grass. Reese Davis trying to collect it. She did scrap it out though to Whelan. That was nicely done. And then kicks it out wide. It's a foot race. Courtney Hingston met with the pressure of Sienna Smith. Dealt with it well, although she was tackled and spilt the footy, and rewarded there was Sienna Smith. That was a brilliant piece of tackling. Outstanding stuff. They've done a bit of attacking in the last few minutes, Wynyard. They just can't quite find the score to show for it, though. Ball slipped through the hands of Radford. Davis tried to go back to Radford with the handball. Ball spills out to Bryan. Inside 50. Nearly marked there by Johnson. Here's Amali Johnson for Ulverstone. Kick cleared out, slipped through the hands of Radford. Wheeling in hard. Manufactured a handball to Charlie Davis. She's met with the tackle there of Luca Conkey. Ball not going anywhere. And with a couple of minutes to go in this third quarter, we're going to get a ball up. just outside the centre square on the grandstand side of Wynyard Footy Ground. Rogers trying to bustle her way through. She might have been taken high, she was. Luca Conkey now. Kicks it out wide. And it was over the line without being touched. So Bissett just runs through her opponent in Harding. Kicks it to the top of the 50. Courtney Hingston trying to gather it. Radford with a little handball out to Bryan. Couldn't control it. Was able to pick it up though. And then work a kick, but it didn't go very far at all. Hingston with the fist. Falls to Braden. Her kick lands on the wing. It's a little kick indeed. And now being locked up with the footy there was House. Thrown up, Davis. Luca Conkey can't quite control the footy. It's in front of Bissett. Applying a good shepherd there was Finley Bryan, and as a result, Bissett was able to get to it without much pressure at all. Kicks it towards a 2-on-1, favouring the Robins. Radford with a bit to do here, but gee whiz, that was good stuff. Was able to lock the footy in the hands of Rogers, and it's going to be a ball up. Davis taps it to Whelan. Davis with a little kick away. Only as far as Rogers. Fed a handball out to no one in particular. Now look at Whelan go. Left Rogers behind. Kicks it deep. Mariah Payne, she'll be the first to get to it. It's just a matter of whether she can swing around. She does just that. And misses. Tell you what, it was a good attempt. But not able to capitalise. Marley Johnson to take the kick out here for the Robbers. She just wanders out of the goal square. Now her kick in the direction of Eilert. Got a kick away, and Luca Conkey taking a mark and just waving the old settle down sign. Goes towards Enright. Hewington was there, collected it well. Now Bissett with a kick, but straight down the throat of Luca Conkey. Kicks it down the ground, but only into the hands of Hewington. 33-5, not long to go in this third term. Entertaining game. Wynyard still with a bit of work to do, though. They still haven't put a goal on the board. Here's Bissett trying to burst her way through. Kicks it into the centre square. Hingston. Good mark. And that will probably just about do us. It does. So, three-quarter time here at the Wynyard Footy Ground. And it is Ulverstone who still have the advantage. 33-5. They kicked the only goal of that third term. It came off the boot of Courtney Hingston, who's kicked 2 goals today. Singles to Clark Newnham, and also Luca Conkey has a goal on the board. So that's where things sit at three-quarter time. You'd have to think Wynyard would have to be very good in the last quarter to come back, but they are the reigning premiers. You can't rule them out of this one just yet, even though it is a sizable lead to Ulverstone. 33 plays 5, fourth term I should say, is coming up very shortly here on the AFL Tas live stream.
I've been running like a southbound train, as fast as a northern sun. find yourself a good, and don't you let it go. That's what they told me. Maybe mom and dad had it right all along, and we're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad as we made it out, staying in our hometown, yeah, in our hometown.
Welcome back to Wynyard. Final quarter about to get underway. And Ulverstone, they have a pretty sizable advantage. What have the reigning premiers got in response? Haven't kicked a goal yet in this game. Hewington tried to toe poke one into the hands of Bissett. She did have it for a moment. And now Luca Conkey wrapped up. It's going to be a free kick. So Wynyard with an early opportunity perhaps through the services of Bryan. She goes towards the goal square. No mark taken. Here's Lemby feeding a handball out to her teammate in Eilert. Now trying to go with the footy there was the number 34 for Ulverstone in Radford. But Charlie Davis supplies a really good tackle. She's been rewarded, so they go inside 50, the Cats. In the direction of Radford, couldn't mark. Hingston's been so good in this game. And now they work it through hands here. Rockcliffe receiving it from Eilert, and now Conkey. They move it through the corridor. Reece Davis tried to mark. Newnham just pumps it inside 50. No one home, though. It's a foot race. Whelan and Robertson. Whelan gets there first and then tries to shrug a tackle, and she's been forced out of play. .33 plays 5. And we're going to get a boundary throw in inside 50 for the visitors. Orton and Hewington in the ruck. Spills to Robinson. Got a little toe poke away. Asher Newnham couldn't quite reel it in. Ball spills out to space. And the ball's been locked in the hands there of Radford. Even contest there in the ruck between Amali Johnson and Charlie Davis. Now Luca Conkey was able to handball it off to Amali Johnson. Kicks it towards goals. Clark. Don't know if the mark was paid. Maybe she thought it wasn't. She tried to kick it through, but it went across the face. It's still in play here. Clark goes in for another go. And she's been tackled there by Reece Davis on the far side. Even contest in the ruck there between Conkey and Bryan it was. And Whelan was able to lock the ball in the hands of Luca Conchi. Another stoppage. It's been a good game, this one. Cracking afternoon of women's footy. Here's a chance for Rockcliffe bursting her way through. Didn't quite get the ball on point. And it's gone across the face and over for a boundary throw-in. Ball about to be tossed back into play. Marley Johnson going at it in the ruck with Charlie Davis, who tried to get an effective kick away. Clark went in for the footy, so too Hardy, and that ball not going anywhere. We're about to tick into over the 4th minute mark of this final term here at the Wynyard Footy Ground. Wynyard got the better of Ulverstone earlier in the season when they met, in their only encounter before today. Tables look likely to be turned, though. Still a little bit of time, though, for the Cats, if they're good enough. So we get another stoppage inside 50 for the Robins. Ball bobbling around. Whelan went off the deck. It wasn't quite an effective kick, though. Gee, that was clean by Robertson. Just picked it up. But unfortunately for her, missed the lot. And we're going to get another stoppage. It's going to be a free kick. Hardy. Wynyard's ambassador, of course. Now, the kick was nearly marked by Radford. She did well, though. Second crack was off the deck, and now Bryan was able to work it to Bissett, who kicks it inside 50. It's a one-on-one. It might be a down-the-ground free kick. In fact, it is. So a little incident after she kicked it means that it's going to be a free kick, centre half forward here for the Cats. It was Bryan who received a handball there from Jane Maney. Doesn't find a target inside 50, though. Robbins trying to defend. Asher Newnham gave a handball up and turned it straight over to Bryan, although the ball, after all that, has been locked up inside 50 for the Cats. Still searching for their first goal. Luca Conchi clears it away from the stoppage. It's a bouncing ball. Here's Enright. Couldn't quite collect the footy cleanly. Whelan now trying to pick it up. Enright goes in with the tackle. Might have been Mansfield who was involved in all that as well. Marley Johnson wins the hit out against Davis. Trying to pick it up was Johnson. Now, O'Halloran got a handball, but it was straight to Rockcliffe. Inside 50 towards the pocket. Asher Newnham, she's dangerous in this situation, but the snap was well wide of where she would have liked it to go. Here's a chance for Whelan. Bryan kicking it out wide, bouncing ball. There's plenty of Cats. Radford will be the first on the scene. Just kicks it over the top to Johnson. This is Sophie Johnson for Wynyard. First game back today for quite a while. She couldn't pick it up. And then doing well there was Harding. They work it through hands. Rockcliffe getting it from Johnson for Wynyard, for Ulverstone. Davis has been dispossessed there by Enright. Spills out to Hewington. Bryan now inside 50 towards the top, it was in fact. Dropped mark. Ball bobbling around. Bissett's hunting for it. She got to it. Bombs it inside 50. They need a mark here, Wynyard. They're not going to get it. Ulverstone have been defending very well. I'd say Wynyard have probably dominated the inside 50 count this second half alone. They've had plenty of opportunities, but Ulverstone defence has really held up. Bissett hadn't lost it, and then being tackled by Jane Maney was Rogers. And it's going to be a ball up inside 50 for the Cats. Johnson and Radford doing battle in the ruck. Ball bobbling around. Bissett did very well through traffic. Handballed it off to Hewington. Over the top to Pringle. Pringle just measures a kick towards the top of the 50 in the Payne direction, but it missed it completely. And now Hingston with the clearing kick out wide. It's a bouncing ball. It's a foot race. It's going to be Enright who gets to it first. She couldn't collect it, though, and as a result, Edwards pounced. Goes to the top of the 50. Lambie couldn't quite mark. Goes in to try and mop up the mesh. She's been tackled, though, by Sophie Johnston. And we're going to get a ball up just outside 50. Davis trying to get away with it was Luca Conkey. Did she correctly dispose of that? I don't think she did. It's good pressure there by Pringle, who's been rewarded with the free. So Pringle to a contest. No mark taken. Hingston just hacks it away. Rockcliffe picks it up. Luca Conkey kicking it into the centre in the mud pit. When you try to hack it away, but every time they kick it in these stoppages, they seem to only find the red and the black. Here's Riley trying to burst her way through to get the footy. Ball just bobbling around. Whelan got a handball away. Bissett with a little don't argue. Sends it, or tries to send it anyway towards Payne, but Amali Johnson, brilliant interceptive stuff. And she takes the mark just outside the goal square. Kicks it in the direction of Eilert. It fell over her head. It's a foot race here. O'Halloran the first to the footy. She's met by the company of a couple of Ulverstone players. Radford with the kick towards Whelan, attacked it very well, as she so often does. Follows up with another effort and another effort. Just taps it out. Only to the advantage, though, of Johnson for Ulverstone. Ball bobbling around. Here's a chance for Rogers. Got a kick away as she fell to ground. Hewington now on top of that. And the ball not going anywhere. So a ball up just outside the centre square. Look at Luca Conkey go. Collects and bursts away. Through the corridor inside 50. Harding now picking it up for the Cats. Got a kick away as she was tackled. Asher Noonan with a chance. Oh, look at that. Got through traffic and converted beautifully. Second goal for her. And the Robins pretty much home and hose now, you'd think. 35-point lead. Really announcing themselves is Ulverstone on the eve of finals. Penguin to come next week. That will be an interesting game at Ulverstone. This is their last game, Wynyard, before the finals. They have the bye next week. So Davies. Brian had it for a moment, but gave it up to Eilert. And it's going to be a free kick. Going the way of Charlie Davis. Towards centre half forward. Pringle couldn't mark. Umpire blows his whistle. He's found a free kick here. It's going the way of House. So Michaela House. Her kick drops in the hands of Bissett. Pumps it inside 50. Payne direction. Falls out the back. Payne did get to it in the end, and I think Wynyard have finally got a goal. "43 goals for the season now, Mariah Payne." She's, as I've mentioned a couple of times this afternoon, leading the goal kicking in this competition. So 40-11 is the score now. Brings the margin back to 29 points. Davis has been pretty good in the ruck today. Brian was dispossessed. Spills out to Luca Conkey, kicks it towards centre half forward. Beats a one-on-one. Here's Luca Conkey trying to pick it up. Rockcliffe with a kick towards the goal square. Hardy's going to get there first. Runs around Aspen. Orton kicks it out wide. Bouncing ball. It lands in the hands of Eilert. Able to get a handball away to Rockcliffe. Now, Johnson received a handball there for Ulverstone, but she lost it straight after she got it. Here's a chance now for Bissett. Dispossessed. O'Halloran had it for a moment. Rockcliffe. Play's been stopped here. There's a player down. I think it might be Charlie Johnson, who's in the hands of the trainer. So hopefully she's okay. As we tick over the 15-minute mark of this round 16 encounter. Just trying to have a look on the replay to see what happened here. Just got a hard knock as she applied the tackle. But luckily for her, she's up on her feet, so that's positive. So play resumes. Davis with the hit out. Rockcliffe, she's been busy today. Braden with the handball. House trying to pick it up. Coming in was Robinson. Her kick in the direction of Ewington, but she couldn't quite collect it cleanly. Rockcliffe came in, got a kick away. Hacks it forward. Gee, Orton did well there on that occasion, and the kick was brilliant. And this will be Enright to put a bit of icing on the cake. Did have a shot earlier, couldn't quite convert. Pretty much looking directly at the goals. Through it goes. Another one for the Robins. Their 7th goal of the game. And that scores 7-4-46 to 1-5-11. It's been a very dominant performance by the Robins. .35 leaders. Back we go in the middle. Davis convincingly wins the hit out. Brian with the handball to Davis, who gets a kick towards centre half forward. Pringle waited for it, did well, and then got tackled. And Rogers has been rewarded despite the cries of hi in the crowd. Rogers takes the kick from the defensive 50. Over the top she goes. Siren just about to sound. What a performance this has been by Ulverstone. They keep their chances of finishing top alive with a win against the reigning premiers. 7-4-46 to the Cats 1-5-11. Brilliant game of footy and a brilliant performance by the Robins. If they win against Penguin next week, they'll probably go top spot. Wynyard will have to watch on next week. We'll see them in the finals. So that score again, 7-4-46 to 1-5-11. Running you through some goal scorers. Newnham and Hingston with 2 each. And then singles to Clark. Luca Conkey kicked a goal. And the last goal of the game there was through the boot of Kaylee Enright. So a spectacular performance by the Robins. Really looking forward to seeing what they can do in finals. I'm sure they're going to cause a little bit of damage against the two other teams up towards the top in Wynyard Penguins. So that score again, 7-4-46 to 1-5-11. Thanks for your company. The men's game is coming up very shortly between Wynyard and Ulverstone. What a game that is set to be. And that will be coming your way very shortly. Until then, stay tuned.